Hey, this is part 2 of my little series on talking about how to find a therapist and the process of the intake and first session. So we're going to talk about what you can expect in your first session with your new therapist. And so this can vary depending on the therapist. Everybody kind of does their thing differently. So I'm going to speak to what I do typically in the first session. So when my client comes in, either virtually or in person, I like to get all the intake paperwork completed. So I send all the intake paperwork through emails, they receive it, and you can complete it and send it back. It may be something that's done the day that you go in or the day after. It just depends on the therapist. So you'll come in, you'll have your paperwork done. I'll greet you. Hi, how are you? You'll come in and we'll start having a conversation. I'm very much about the flow of conversation. So I really want to get a general history, what's gone on in the past 30 days, what have been the main problems that you've been having, what are you looking for through treatment, and we kind of develop the goals. We'll talk about kind of the frequency of how often you're going to come in and kind of prepare you for the whole process. Therapy can be very challenging at times. And so a lot of people think like, oh, I'm going to come in, we're just going to, talk about whatever's on my mind and then that's it. But if you're really wanting to kind of dig deep and figure out what's, driving the behaviors, we're going to have to process through some things and it can get kind of difficult. And that's why there's always a box of tissues whenever you're seeing a therapist, because you never know what's going to happen. So be prepared to kind of just start the surface level stuff where you're figuring out family history and all that good jazz. After your first session, you'll most likely schedule your next sessions. And sometimes, therapists will schedule, 2 or 3 weeks out. Sometimes they'll just do a week out. It just depends on that therapist. But after that, you'll start your therapy process and hopefully it's a good fit for you. I hope this was helpful for giving you an idea of what to expect when you first go to your new session with your new therapist. Bye and see you guys next time.